There are a lot of people that think that DeFi has fallen off in a big way, or they think that DeFi is dead altogether. And today I'm going to prove you wrong with some protocols that I've found that are doing some really awesome incentives on the Avalanche blockchain. Today I'm going to explain why this is so dramatic and already the response that we've seen from this opportunity. So let's just jump right into that. As you can see here, we have DeFi Llama, which shows us all of the DeFi protocols and all of the chains that host DeFi protocols, and it shows their volume, it shows their fees, it shows their TVL, their total value locked. And so why this is important is because it shows you how much liquidity there is on that chain and what possible opportunities there are on those specific chains. If you click on each of these chains, it will actually show off the DeFi protocols that are on there and what their current opportunities are. But as you can see here on DeFi Llama, over the past 1 day, 7 day, and 1 month changes, Avalanche has actually had the biggest 1 month change of 34.56%. And over the past 7 days, it's also had the highest change of 5.94%. It's the second highest when it comes to the last 24 hours. But essentially what that is showing us is that these incentives are really encouraging people to bridge over to Avalanche and start utilizing these DeFi protocols to be incentivized to earn that yield. The first one that a lot of people are already familiar with if you've ever used Avalanche, and that is Trader Joe. Trader Joe is the biggest decentralized exchange on Avalanche, and rightly so. It was one of the first ones to come around on Avalanche, and it has had a lot of really awesome incentives and programs that it's run throughout its history, keeping it the biggest decentralized exchange on Avalanche. But as you can see right here, I have the rewards tab pulled up. If you go to Trader Joe and you click on the pool tab and then you go, it starts off on manual pools, but if you click on has rewards, it will give you a list of all of the trading pairs that currently have these boost rewards, and when you hover over it, it'll actually tell you exactly what those rewards are for each of those trading pairs. Now, what you see here when it comes to these trading pairs is the pool of both assets. So if you were to partake in these incentivized rewards, essentially what you would have to do is go and create a liquidity pool pair based on the ones that are currently receiving rewards. Now, the reason that I want to point this out is because if you look at some of these APRs right now, they're just absolutely ridiculous. Now, some of these pairs have low liquidity, and some of these pairs have assets that are not very popular. So please keep that in mind and stay safe out there, because impermanent loss is still a very big deal. If you don't know what impermanent loss is, I highly encourage you to look it up before partaking in these types of incentives. So like I said, over here, we've got some APRs that are above 1,000%. Now, these are numbers that we haven't really seen since DeFi summer of 2021. So this is pretty cool to see. But essentially what these rewards are is avax and then whatever token is paired with avax. So you'll see, FXS, avax, only avax, but a lot of these have two separate tokens that are being used as rewards for these liquidity pools. So definitely go and check out Trader Joe if that's something that you're interested in. Next up, we have Pharaoh Exchange. Now, this is another decentralized exchange, but it's like Aerodrome. So instead of just being your standard decentralized exchange, it has a completely different flywheel. So if you go on here, you can also see some of the incentives that are being done on this exchange. Now, please keep in mind, again, that some of these have low liquidity and some of these, again, are not very popular tokens, but The APRs on here are absolutely insane. Like if you look at AVAX and USDC, that's currently at 846% APR. And you can see what the fee APR is right there. That means that the fees that are generated are given to the people that have created these LP pairs. So 133.54% is currently what is on the AVAX and USDC pair. Next up, we have GMX.io, which is a leveraged trading or perpetuals exchange, I should say. And it has been incentivized with these boost rewards as well. And you can see over here that if you were to put these LPs up for adding liquidity to their exchange, to GMX, these are the APYs that you would be receiving. So AVAX and USDC is currently sitting at 41.88%. That is base APY of 29.91 and bonus APR of 11.97%. Now, these are really juicy APYs when it comes to DeFi protocols, especially when it comes to perpetual DeFi protocols. That means that people are going in and trading on margin, trading on leverage, whatever you want to call it, and you have the opportunity to provide liquidity to those people. And normally what you see on perp dexes is very low APYs, very low APRs on providing that liquidity because it's generally considered pretty safe to do so. But here we see some pretty high APYs for just providing that liquidity there. Now, again, keep in mind that if you provide liquidity on a pool like AVAX and USDC, you have to keep in mind impermanent loss. If the price of AVAX skyrockets, then you're going to be left with USDC and not have all of that AVAX that you put into the pool to begin with. Will that still be a net positive for you? Absolutely. But you're not going to be able to pull out as much AVAX as you put in. Now, the reason that I am so bullish on this and the reason that I'm going to be participating in these incentives is because I truly do believe that AVAX is going to go up over the next year. I think that we could easily see its previous all-time highs and beyond that. But those are very bullish claims. I think that we could definitely see $100 again, and that's kind of like my base claims of where I think AVAX can be in a year from now. But my bullish side says that AVAX can definitely go much higher. But I want to know what your thoughts are on Avalanche. Have you had any experience on the chain itself? Have you partaken in any of these incentives from the AVAX Foundation? Let me know in the comments section below. I'd really like to know your thoughts. But that's going to be it for today's video. Thanks for watching. Crypto Clay out.